into the abyss to be reborn, into the underworld to reappear anew, which is really just a truer, more radiant, more resonant, more magnetic, more playful, more loving, more joyous aspect of ourselves. The biggest lie we've been told is that everything we want is outside of us. It's not. It's within. Any new experience, any new pocket of presence, any timeline, any new destiny, it's within. It's always within. And it's always the part of you that you most don't want to look at. The part that you want to avoid. And those are the parts I've been with these last few weeks. And it's been one of the greatest initiations I've had in a really long time. And that's saying something, because these past few years in particular, it's felt like nonstop initiations. But this was a portal, 3 weeks almost to a T, that I couldn't have planned, but was so cosmically orchestrated. I'm still in awe. Like, I had this very, very, very deep, rapid transformational hypnosis session on the new moon in Pisces. And my North Node is in Pisces. And my facilitator, practitioner, who's actually my sister, we do beautiful healing, co-healings for each other. I do it with Dream Awake EFT tapping. She does it with RTT. And I'm so thankful for that. But I also honor the bravery and the devotion and the showing upness of that, because this is very, very deep work. This is the deepest work we could be doing. And so she's a Pisces rising and I'm a Pisces North Node, and that's what I'm learning to embody and invoke in this lifetime. And it felt so raw, so resonant, so pure. And the 3-week hypnosis daily practice I did it ended right on the last day of Pisces season, right before Aries, and today being the Uzbek New Year. Navruz Mubarak to all of my Uzbek friends, family, and to all those who resonate with the spring equinox. Magical, magical, magical time. I'm just kind of in awe. I'm in awe of how this came together. It couldn't have been planned. I didn't plan it. It just happened. And I also didn't plan to not show up as frequently in this space. I was literally just brought to my knees. I was so exhausted. I cannot even remember a time I was this exhausted. And this is coming from someone who struggled 20 years with insomnia until Dream Awake EFT tapping came into my life, and I was able to heal that on a root level. And of course, from time to time, there's still rough nights, but that's just an invitation, an initiation to a new space of love within our beings. But I was brought to my knees. These were aspects of myself that I'd literally moved mountains to avoid looking at. Like literally everything. To not look at this, but it got to a point where, and you might know this point as well, where it's so painful to not look at this, because you're so out of alignment with what you're here to be doing, creating, achieving, receiving, experiencing in this physical world, that I had to, that it was so viscerally painful to not look at this. And I'm so proud of myself, because this feels so much bigger than me. This isn't just my own tikkun. This is right in Kabbalah, what we say, the soul's correction. This was ancestral. This is ancestral. It is that deeply woven, and that's how deep I fucking went and am going through this whole entire process. I'm still showing up for it every day. I'm still tapping every day. I'm doing breath work every day. Like, it's required all of me in this capacity, and it's required me to show up for my artist in new ways, and I've literally transformed my schedule to freaking do that. And I guess this is the first time I'm really expressing it out loud, besides journaling and those things, like just how kind of in awe I am of myself, and how we need to honor ourselves and celebrate ourselves and revere ourselves and love ourselves through this work, through this process. The world isn't going to recognize it. The world actually doesn't want you to do it. But your artists, your dreams, your visions are begging you to do it. And without these tools, I don't know where I'd be flying. I just did this beautiful tap this morning on reconnecting with my true nature, my true essence. I might have mentioned it before, but when I really began doing this inner healing work, there were so many parts of my life that were in shambles. And anytime I'd show up for a tap, for a meditation, for breath work, whatever it was, I'd be guided back to acting. So even in those mere moments when I'm in the quantum or meeting certain parts of me, it's with my artist, it's with that joy, it's with that ecstasy, it's with that raw, pure, joyous, liberated self-expression. Like, it literally brings tears to my eyes because it's just the happiest I am. I'm back on the floors of the Ilkhom Theater in Tashkent, Uzbekistan, really just connecting with the whole entire universe, the cosmos, the muse, the core of what it means to be human and a dramatic artist, and expressing that in the most raw and wild and strange and random and brilliant and genuine ways. I always come home to that. And I've spoken about this before, how our dreams, they're not only the biggest catalysts of our growth, they're actually what chisel us into form to receive them. And I've really been playing with that. And I've spoken about this again before on this channel, about how if you're not fitting into the current paradigm, the what you're seeing in your 3D reality, that means you're here to rebirth the new. But I forget this at times. I forget that I'm a creative badass. I forget that I'm a trailblazer and a visionary, and why nothing seems to work in this 3D realm the way I think it should, comparing myself to other people in the industry or other artists, or doing this, doing that. I have to do this, do that. And every time I've tried to fit myself into these molds, not only do I contract and it feels awful, but it just doesn't work. And I send myself into this crazy struggle and suffering, and then I blame and shame and castigate and criticize myself, and it's this horrible struggle. And I forget how miraculous I am. You might forget how miraculous you are, and how, if you're in this space, you are here to birth the new. You are here to birth the new, and that requires you to meet these parts of yourself that your ancestors couldn't have looked at, that your parents couldn't have looked at, that your family or friends or industry or any part of this matrix couldn't have looked at, because you're here to do it. You have unique codes and blueprint and visions and dreams and incantations inside your being that can only happen through you. Yes, this is how vital it is. This is the greatest contribution you could be making to the planet. And so these 3 weeks have just brought me to my knees in a way I haven't experienced maybe ever. And I'm so proud of myself, because I now have the nervous system to hold that process, to hold the uncomfortability, to hold the contraction, to hold the immense confusion and chaos and insane emotion. Like, not already right now, astrologically, the energy is so fucking intense. But to be able to hold that, and that you're not forgotten. The universe hasn't put you to the side. It hasn't abandoned you. It hasn't forgotten you. It's literally transforming you into the vessel that can receive the light. That your soul, this isn't even like a mind thing. I want this, this, and that. This is a soul fucking level. This is beyond logic or the analytical mind. This is somatic. This is sensory. This is like how I speak about acting in the East versus the West. When we speak about Russian acting, I'm talking about cellular, soul, somatic, gooey, sticky level. Whereas in the West, it's all wanting to be smart and wanting to be perfect and wanting to be right and wanting da-da-da-da-da-da. Do you see and even feel the difference in my description? And that's what drew me to the Ilkhom Theater when I saw them perform in Seattle all those years ago. It was some movement of the soul. It was guttural. It was visceral. It was like my body was becoming awake. It was awakening. It was turning on to a new caliber of aliveness when I saw this, and I said, fuck, I need to go do this. And I literally flew across the world to do it. And against all odds. And maybe you're coming up against something like that right now, against all odds. Well, it's here to shape you. It's here to form you. It's here to help you build that safety and certainty and security within your very being amidst the unknown, to hold and receive that caliber of vision and to sustain it so you don't destroy it and it doesn't destroy you. I really missed this space, like genuinely missed you. But I had nothing in me to give, and I had to give to myself. And that is a radical act for me. That is a radical act to be more still, to rest, because I literally couldn't do anything else. To follow that intuitive nudge amidst so much unknown and uncertainty, I still found the certainty every day, every moment. I'm really proud of myself. I'm saying this a lot. Maybe someone needs to hear it because I don't normally say that. Maybe I need to hear it. I'm really fucking proud of myself, and I honor myself. And that's what's really been coming through right now, is deepening that love. And I'm not talking about all the practices we do for that love. I'm talking about that raw, primal, radical self-acceptance for the magic that is you right here, right now in this moment. And I also knew that if I showed up, if I forced, if I pushed myself to come, nothing would come of it for you or me. Sometimes we have to step back and pull the string of the arrow back so we can let it go even further. We don't always know the plan. We never know the plan, really. But our intuition is that phone line to the divine, to our higher selves, to the right, aligned next step. When I say right, I mean aligned. But I really did miss you. Even Kamal was like, where'd you go? From my database. Not database. What's it called? Dashboard. My sister was like, where'd you go? I miss you. I was like, I miss you too. So how have you been? How is everything? How are you handling this energy? What seeds are you planting in the spring equinox, in the Uzbek New Year, in the astrological New Year? How is your heart? How is your artist? Meet me in the comments. Share. When we're in this space of community and belonging and connection, I mean, we're literally wired for that. And that's something I was just feeling such profound gratitude for in my walk, is that that's what I crave most with this space. And that we get to all help each other not only deepen and heal and root down, but rise up and expand to receive the full breadth and bandwidth and brilliance of our visions. If you've requested a tap, I have not forgotten. It's on my list. There's just been so many detours. Also, so many beautiful souls of you in this community have been a conduit of very specific and aligned messaging for me in terms of acting and creating and artistry and playing. Something is coming. It's in the works. I'm so excited. I'll be sharing with you later, April, May, something like that. I never like to put a timeline on because anytime you make plans, the universe makes other plans, but things are in the works. And taking it day by day. And I hope you are too. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe, join the new artistic paradigm. You are a creative rebel. Remember it. Even when you forget, we will remind each other, because I'm remembering that I'm a creative badass and you are a creative badass. And I also wanted to let you know, obviously, if this video resonated, give it a thumbs up. Share it with a friend or family member who needs to hear this now. Maybe they're going through their own internal process. It's been a minute. Maybe I forgot how to talk, right? Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about you lose your mind to gain a new one. That's what it feels like right now. Like, it literally feels like that. But what a glorious journey. And let's give honor and reverence to the journey, to the not knowing, to the icky, sticky things that 1 minute you're like this, and 1 minute you're like this, and 1 minute, all the things. I do want to let you know that not this Sunday, next Sunday, I've been asked to facilitate a tapping session at this beautiful virtual event facilitated by my incredible friend, tour de force, movement coach, space holder, media professional, Marissa Forrester, It's a virtual event. It's online. You'll get the replay. It's like 60 to 90 minutes. It's all about rooting down so you can rise up, planting seeds for the spring equinox, self-care, like the real self-care on the deepest, most pure, most loving level. We're going to gather from LA to London, and it's going to be a party. So I really hope you join us. The tickets are only $10, and it's a beautiful experience for you to not only plant those seeds of your highest visions, but also meet yourself with love and presence and connection with yourself and others in the moment, because that is the fertile, nurturing support that we need to help those seeds blossom into full bloom. I love you. I've missed you. Oh, this is an adventure, and I am so damn grateful to be on it with you. My gratitude is an overflow. Much love, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao. Mwah.